2024. We made it all the way here. 2023 is officially over now, and this is going to be the first community call of many to come this year. It is an extremely exciting year that we're looking into. So in line with that, we're going to be talking, of course, about the big happening this year when it comes to Nym and the project, which is NymVPN, as you probably already figured. I can see that people are already joining. It's really good stuff. Let me introduce the two guests today. First of them is Hoxian. Say hi to the people.
Hello, everyone. Nice to be back. I'm looking for always new ways to come back on this call because I just cannot have enough of Sudo sharing the screen together.
Exactly.
So I've got a new excuse, though.
He does have a new excuse because one of the things that are changing is that Hux is now part of Team Nym. So congratulations for that. It's going to be even harder for me to get rid of him from this point forward. So yeah, welcome to the newest member of the Nym family.
Thank you so much. I'm just going to quickly summarize what I'm going to be doing as part of my role here at Nym, the new role. I'm going to be making sure that all the operator tools are up to date and very usable, and everybody is having a good time staking. So everything around, let's say broadly, the token experience or website is going to be under my purview. So hopefully we can make it a really nice software set to use for everyone who's taking or running nodes.
Exactly, and more on that in just a little bit because you do have a little update for us from what I understand. But before that, let me also introduce Marc. For those of you who didn't attend Shipyard and his amazing lectures. Hey, Marc, how's it going?
Hey, Sudo, all good. Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. All right, before we get to talk to our beautiful guests today, I'm going to go through a bit of a quick news roundup just to let you guys know what's been happening. So first of all, and please, Salazar, share links to the stuff that I'm mentioning. So a new blog post dropped, which I two of them, but I'll start with one of my personal favorites, which is our New Year's resolutions. The New Year's resolution, especially the first one, is not that shocking. I'm not going to spoil the fun, but it's what I enjoy about this blog post is more how it puts this year into a bit of context. The backdrop against which NymVPN is getting released is shared in this blog post, which is super interesting. I don't know if you noticed, guys, but we're heading into a year that is shaping up to be pretty insane in more than one ways, geopolitically and in all kinds of other ways as well. So against that backdrop, what we do know, we know very few things, but we do know is that privacy will be even more important and not less important going forward. So this is, I think, an excellent year to drop NymVPN. Now, another blog post that dropped, I think today or yesterday, I'm not entirely sure, is titled "Follow the Packet." Spoiler: you can't. This is also a good one. This is a back to the basics blog post. It explains what happens to your data as it goes through the Nym mixnet, and also gives a bit of context, just like with the New Year's resolution. So I recommend reading that one as well. Now, one of the new traditions that we're starting this year is going to be the operator AMA. So we used to have DevRel AMAs. Those are paused for a hot moment because there's a lot of work going on right now on the network aspect of things. So we thought we want to keep you guys posted in real time on what's going on and allow you to ask your questions and chat with mostly Sarinko, but Max is also popping in and out. So our beautiful DevRel team will be waiting for you. There is the usual cozy atmosphere. It's a Jitsi call. So if you are running a node, if you're interested in running one, or if you just want to know about the most recent updates when it comes to the mixnet, then make sure to join. They are on every Tuesday. They take place on every Tuesday in a Jitsi call. And if you keep an eye on our channels on Telegram and Discord and Matrix, then you will be informed as they take place. Now, I want to remind everybody of that Shipyard is over, but this year we're going to be following Shipyard up with quite a few things for the community to do. But the last action that remains on your to-do list, if you participated in Shipyard and if you graduated, is to join the raffle that we promised last year, which is for our beautiful Shipyard graduates who also were there at the graduation ceremony with us and completed both stages of Shipyard. And A quick update for our node operators, although if you attended the previous operator AMA, then you already know this, but there has been an issue with routing score drops, apparently during node binary updates. This has been around for quite some time. The community reported it quite a bit, and now it looks like we found the root cause. It seems to be related to bad gateways, so it is being fixed, and also changes are being made so that the actual information is exposed to you guys via the API, so that you also know what's up with your routing score and how is it calculated. And that was it for my news roundup. Did I leave out anything, guys?
Yeah, maybe mention Sudo if you can to anticipate some questions about the delegation program delegations and the squad rewards. Maybe those are two items which everybody might be interested in.
Oh yeah, so squad rewards, I believe they already went out.
23rd. You said the deadline is 22nd of January, and you said that you're gonna.
Oh yeah, the vouchers for the squad rewards already went out. So as usual with NIM rewards, it always goes. There's a claiming deadline, and a few days after the claiming deadline, once everybody claimed, that's when we distribute. So the claiming deadline this time is the 22nd. So you should be getting your tokens 23rd. And then delegations, like I mentioned during the operator AMA on Tuesday, we needed to develop a new script for delegations because our poor Alexei, God bless his soul, didn't really want to delegate to 100 and some nodes manually one by one, which, as you may imagine, is quite the task. So that script is done, and from what I understand, delegations should happen today. Yeah, that's also happening. Anything else I left out, Hux? Now that you...
Now that we're colleagues, for real.
Exactly.
No, it was brilliant. Thank you for those two answers. I think that's gonna suffice. And yeah, maybe let's tease with one more thing before we get into today's session. Is that we've been talking a lot about the upcoming squad games, and that's also under it's being finalized as we speak. So there's a lot of work being put into it. When we launch, it's gonna be something very nice and a clear framework how anyone can contribute towards our shared goals.
Exactly. It's beyond exciting. Actually, we were supposed to bring a bit of an update to this call, but not quite yet, but very soon, guys. So stay tuned. Soon TM, the update is coming, I promise. And it's going to be huge. And it's going to be structuring everything that we do going forward when it comes to the NIM community for 2024 and beyond. So stay tuned for that. Now, before I jump into the update with Hux, about something exciting. As usual, you guys can leave your questions in the chat, whether on Matrix, in the general chat of the NIM Matrix server, or here in the YouTube chat or the Twitch chat, and we're going to be keeping an eye there and answering them. So, with that said, Hux, let's talk a little bit about the NIM swapper. What's the status? How is it going? Now that you're an insider, share us some alpha.
Giving a bit of context for those who are joining for the first time or maybe new to the community, NIM Swapper is going to be a native tool to enable easy swap between the ERC20 and native NIMs. So basically, there's always been a way to do this permissionless using the Gravity Bridge, but as many of you have tried using the Gravity Bridge, know that it's quite a daunting exercise. It really requires some attention and some Web3 tool knowledge. So in order to ease all of your pain to make bridging ERC20 NIMs to the Nix chain easier, based on your requests from the community, the NIM Swapper is being developed since months now, and we are in the very last stage of the development. It's almost ready to be released. It's the last steps of ensuring that it works properly with every aspect of it. So I cannot really, it's really hard to give an exact date when it's going to be released, but it's going to happen very, very soon, most likely next week or latest the following week sometime. So it's almost done. Your gateway is almost open to bridge seamlessly ERC20 tokens to Nix and vice versa later a bit too. But yeah, hold on tight. You're gonna read it in a blog post, and you're gonna hear the communications across the channels when the swapper is up and running.
Okay, maybe let's talk a bit about that vice versa as well that you mentioned, because it's not that simple. My understanding is that we're not going to have back and forth swappability straight out the gate.
Yeah. So I tried to say it very quietly in the end, and like not highlighting the fact that it's just going to work one way in the beginning. So the reason for that, if you think about Sudo, why it's harder to swap from NIX to the ERC chain is exactly because of the gas fees. So the kind of the hardest part to figure out is how the gas fees gonna be covered, or what could be a nice process of making sure that everybody's having a good time using the tool. So basically, that's why initially it's gonna work from the ERC20 from Ethereum chain to the NIX chain, because it's sort of easier, because the NIX transaction fees are super low, and regardless of when you send your tokens, it's gonna roughly cost the same insignificant amount of money. The other way around, it's a little bit more difficult. And also one other reason for prioritizing this way is because we believe that the real utility of the token is on the NIX chain, where you can stake your tokens, or you can bond it to the NIX nodes that you launch. So basically, we're really trying to increase accessibility to the utility of the token, right? Enabling everyone, whoever is finding the project interesting or wanting to secure the mixnet and also earn tokens, to have a way to do it as easy as possible. The other way around, although there's a bit of an update which might have been sort of not communicated enough, that it's also there's also an edit functionality inside the wallet where it's been possible to purchase native NIMs for Bitcoins through the BIDI interface, but now it also works the other way around. So basically, you can sell your native NIMs from the wallet using the BIDI interface and receive Bitcoins in return. So that's another way for someone who wants to liquidate their rewards, for example. That's another easy way where they don't have to use the bridge, but they receive Bitcoins into a Bitcoin wallet address. So, and bear with us. We're I see a question. I'm just going to answer it quickly, right? From Jimmy. Yes, it's not per se depositing. It's sort of also a way swapping. Sorry.
Maybe read out the question too. There it is. I put it on the screen.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. So does BIDI support deposits now? No KYC. So you can use the BIDI API from the NIM wallet to sell NIM tokens in exchange for Bitcoins. There is a legal no KYC limit, which is 1,000 Swiss francs. So basically, no matter which way, either you purchase NIMs for Bitcoins or the other way around, in order to not to have to KYC, you have to stay under the 1,000 Swiss franc limit. It's also possible, if you want to KYC, to register an account with BIDI, and then you can, of course, swap more using their tools. Did that answer
I think
question?
I think so. There are quite a few good questions coming in. Some of them are going to be for Mark, so I'm going to keep those around. But this one is also for you, Hux. So the question is also from Jimmy: will it work with the regular NIM wallet app swapper?
The swapper is going to be a standalone thing where you don't really actually need to log in with your NIM wallet. All you have to do is basically send your tokens at this version from a MetaMask, or any MetaMask integration is going to have. So from MetaMask wallet, you can send your ERC20 tokens, and you only have to put in the recipient address as your native NIM address, which most likely you're going to have a native NIM wallet with that address. But you can also, for example, use a Kepler wallet to receive native NIMs using the swapper.
Thanks for the questions, guys. Thanks for the answers, Hux. I have one last question for you. So now that you have a role at NIM, will you still pop up on these calls with some regularity? Will you be my co-host for some of the NIM community calls going forward?
Of course. I also enjoy this so much, and I'm really happy to see all of you guys here with us. So, of course, whenever I have the time or whenever it's relevant for me to co-host these with you, of course, I'm going to be here by popular demand, hopefully.
By popular demand, people tell me that they really can't live without you. I'm getting DMs every day. Where's Hugs? What is he doing? Where can I find him? Every day. All right, well, that's good to know. And I think with that, unless you have something else to tell the beautiful people that are attending this call today, we may move on to Marc and talk a bit about NymVPN.
No, that was it. Happy to be here, and looking forward for any feedback of anyone's around the tools that I'm gonna be helping to improve. So if join the beta testing channel, feel free to DM me. I'm here to listen to all your feedback regarding how we could make staking a better and nicer experience.
More on feedback in a bit. We are very much looking forward to receiving your feedback. Marc, I realized that I totally butchered in true Sudo style your introduction. So can you please tell people who may not know you what your role is at Nym?
Sure, yeah. I wanted to do a quick intro anyway. Yes, so hi everyone, Marc. I'm a product manager at Nym and currently leading the effort on NymVPN, making sure we bring that to the market as soon as possible.
Which is the effort right now, company-wide, the capital E effort. Everybody's working on that very hard. So maybe let's get into a bit of an update. So since we last heard from you about NymVPN, I think that was during Shipyard, so about 2 months ago, although those 2 months also included a Christmas holiday and all of that stuff. But where are we today? What happened since then?
Yeah, so a lot happened since then. Sadly, I don't have any slides or anything I prepared specifically for this. I'm going to show you some screencasts and do a bit of a quick demo. But yeah, basically the team has been really working hard on delivering the desktop apps, which we have presented at the CCC at the end of last year in Hamburg in Germany. And we also hired 2 mobile developers who have started the work on iOS and Android versions of NymVPN. And we're currently, testing everything internally, making sure that things works as expected, and aiming for an private alpha release to the community and waitlist members, hopefully very soon.
When, sir? When is that?
Yeah, stay tuned for that. Yeah, it's in the making. There's still a few bugs and operational things that we need to take care of. But yeah, within a couple of weeks from now. So not like next week, but more like in like 3, 4, 5 weeks from now. But soon enough.
Amazing. We'll keep you guys posted about that. And maybe Salazar can dig up a link where people can sign up to the newsletter and maybe also to this very exclusive alpha.
Yes, that'd be good. So if you haven't done it, so yeah, go to nymvpn.com. I mean, Sal will share the link, but you can go to nymvpn.com, have a look at the website, check the offering, the features. There's a bunch of questions we addressed there as well. And of course, sign up for the waitlist. And by being a member of the waitlist, you'll get an early access to the private alpha. And also you'll have the chance to speak up and send some feedback about the VPN. So we have sent recently a survey asking for people about their VPN usage and privacy habits, which was super useful. We are looking now through the results with Hux as we speak. So yeah, that's definitely super useful. So please do sign up, get on the wait list, make yourself known from the VPN team, and then you'll get the privilege to have an early access.
Exactly. Now, let's dissect NymVPN a little bit, because maybe for those who just joined us and found out about Nym right now, NymVPN, VPN is in the name, right? It's just a VPN. There's so many of those. So by name, it's just a VPN, but under the hood, it's vastly different from other VPNs, quite a bit different. So what is it like under the hood? Maybe like a quick summary of that for those who are new, and what are the unique technical challenges that we're facing because of the nature of NymVPN?
Sure. Yeah. So at its core, Nym is Nym is a privacy platform, that offers, on the one hand, a mixnet, which is a completely novel technology. On the other hand, offer zero knowledge based access. We're basically combining these different things and trying to let people build different apps on top of that. And we're also building our first app on top of that, which is going to be NymVPN. And NymVPN, basically, as you said, we're naming that VPN because in the market, that's something that people understand very quickly. Okay, you've heard about Proton VPN, Melvad, iVPN, and the likes. And basically, we offer an app that offers the exact same experience, or we aim to offer the exact same experience. So helping you connect using a WireGuard connection and get access to private network in different countries. But on top of that, we also offer a connection to the MixNet, which is something completely unique to NIM and to NymVPN. And that will allow you to protect your most private use cases in a way better fashion than anything else on the market via a 5-hop connection, and also like all the intermixing of the mix nodes that's unique to them.
And there's a very good question related to what you're saying, Mark, in the chat. Nick is asking, what is the main challenge with NymVPN?
Like what type of challenge? I mean, building NymVPN, or like if you could clarify the questions. I mean,
what keeps you up at night, Mark? Be honest. Talk to us. This is a friendly space. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No, so I'm not going to comment on like the biggest challenges for NymVPN. I'm not qualified enough to do that. But let's say for me, like a personal challenge, I'm coming from more like centralized type of companies, and building a product with a very high level of quality in a decentralized world. That's a totally new challenge for me. And everything that is simple in the centralized world is taking like 10 times the effort in a decentralized world, and that's like a big challenge. But it's something that's super important for the value proposition and for the community as well. So we're going slowly and surely through that, but bear with us.
Well, on a bit of a personal note, just to make you blush a little bit, I've been keeping a close eye on your transition from the centralized to the decentralized kind of world, and you're doing a great job, sir. So keep it up, for real.
Cool. But I guess, that's more of a like theoretical challenge. But as I'm reading in the comment from Matthias, for example, speed indeed is like a big challenge that we have, because speed, we know, is like the number one factor that people say. I mean, not the only one, but like one of the main ones that mainstream people select the VPNs on. And yes, we're definitely not there yet in terms of speed, so it's still very slow. If you want to browse or do like video conferencing on the NymVPN, or even worse on the MixNet, it's not really there. So yes, there's many challenges there. There's lots of optimization to do, and the team is slowly and surely going through that. And we have to do that while maintaining the decentralization and maintaining a very high level of security.
Yeah, this is a good point in the conversation to talk a little bit about how privacy is not a yes or no, but rather a scale, where there's obviously a lot of sort of conscious thinking action needs to be done, understanding how much privacy you need to do certain online tasks. So for example, and that would be really a weird thing to play a first-person shooter game real time, with a really high frame rate, using a super secure and metadata-resistant solution. There's not even a mental use case for that. So in this way, could I ask you, Mark, how is there maybe different modes that people can choose when using the NymVPN to sort of balance their needs of privacy and speed?
Yeah, so that's the core of the value proposition of NymVPN. So we're going to offer 2 modes in the beginning. So the VPN mode with 2 hops, that basically allows you to connect like the typical, like what other companies call like double VPN or double core, like go to 2 hops with like basic like not basic, but like a standard level of encryption, and use that for the use cases that do not require like a super high level of privacy. So you're going to be able to protect your data, but still browse with like a good level of confidence, or stream or game. And then there's going to be the MixNet mode, which is going to go through the 5 hops, the mix nodes, mixing the packets, having all the delays, all the protection in place. And this is going to be more for like the use cases where a very high level of privacy is expected. So crypto transactions, secure emails, private messaging, etc. And we're going to let you choose. Like initially, you're going to be able only to choose between the modes, depending on the use case you want to use. Later on, we hope to be able to scope also something called split tunneling, where you can, from the beginning, like select which apps traffic goes to which of these tunnels, and then you can forget about NymVPN. It's just going to work in the background.
That brings us very nicely, actually, to my next question, because getting NymVPN out the door is of course one thing, but there's quite a bit of stuff that will happen post-launch. So can you maybe talk a little bit about the post-release roadmap by and large? Like, what does it look like? How do we launch? What's the MVP? And then where do we go from there in, let's say, the first year?
Yes, so currently the only goal we have is bringing whatever we have to the market, so not thinking about any new features. So we're going to launch in a free private alpha very soon, as I mentioned. We're also working on integrating payment as well. So the zero knowledge access payments we have discussed, so that we break the typical link between a user's payment and then their browsing habits, thanks to the zero knowledge proof. So that's being built as we speak. And then, yeah, probably all the roadmap for like Q2 is quite open. We expect that there's gonna be like many bugs and optimizations to be addressed. Getting speed up to a level we're not gonna be able to offer like the same speed as like the other VPNs out there. We're gonna aim for like 50, 80. And then work on making everything secure, working nicely, improve the UX, and then probably look at new features from Q3 onwards.
All right, thanks for that. Hux, I think you were about to say something.
I just lost Mark for a second. Probably was it on my end? I'm not like,
yeah, no. I also lost him after 5080. You said 5080, and then we lost you for about three seconds or so.
Okay.
No, it's fine. It's you came back. Yeah. So, is it time for showing the videos maybe, or the screen captures?
Yeah, I can do a quick.
Would be amazing.
I'm not going to be able to do a demo of the app itself for two reasons. One, it's of course it's the latest version I have has a bug, of course, as always with demos. And secondly, if I was to run the VPN anyway, I would not be able to do this with you guys. So I'm going to quickly share my screen. Do you see it? Okay, so this is like, this is the macOS app running on my device. So we have two versions of NymVPN. We have a command line version, and then we have a graphic interface version, which is the one I'm currently showing on screen. So yeah, of course it doesn't work because there's this bug I have mentioned with its newer version, which is a 0.3, but yeah, quickly showing you how it looks today. So we have on this home screen the selection of the modes that I mentioned. So you have the 5-hop mixnet version that is best for payment, emails, messages, and then the 2-hop that's more of the speedy and less private mode for browsing, streaming, sharing data. Then you have the ability to connect the hops to which you want to connect. So here, for example, we have Germany and France for like first hop. You can select the country where you want to enter. You have also a nice search functionality that has been implemented. So for now, we have very few countries because this is running on the test net. But as soon as we will have this running in the main net, of course, there will be the list of 80 plus countries in which many of you operate nodes. And then the exit hop as well. So currently it's not working. By the way, the entry location is something that's turned off by default. So we let the system take care of that, and we only let you select the preferred country for the exit, because one of the super important features is people want to access typically like geoblock content in specific countries. So that's something that's going to be always on. And for people that even don't want to do that, we'll offer like just an automated setting for like the fastest location. So that's like the bare bones app that's going to let you access to the different modes, the different countries. We're working also through the settings to make some nice things like auto connect, the kill switch. So the usual like basic security features. We also have a light mode that's going to be working for those of you who don't like the dark mode. So that's
not that crowd, Mark. This is not that crowd.
And yeah, so that's the very basic version, basically, that we're going to put out there for everybody to test. Just focus, as mentioned, on security and speed improvements in the beginning, and then later on we'll start adding like more features to that. And I can quickly dark mode only, yeah. I can quickly share as well. The mobile apps. So this is the iOS app. So taken from the simulator, but that has the exact same behavior. So it's there. It's being connected through the VPN.
We can't see your screen anymore. Is it just me? No, wait. Okay, wait. Let's bring it back. There it is. Sorry.
Okay. Yes, so iOS screen. So this is the version from the simulator, but yeah, working nicely. Currently being implemented, like integrated with the VPN. So I mean, with the network thing, and then we have the Android version as well that it's being recorded on an actually on an Android phone. Yes. So like slight differences between the different apps, but yeah, we're working on that. It's going to be harmonized to also light and dark mode, and the Android app different settings, and then the home screen is the same as the one you've seen with the country search. Yeah. So for now, it may look like not so impressive, but we want just to focus on the very core set of features like mode selection, country selection, and then that's it, like basic settings, and then put it out there in the market as quickly as possible, and then let everybody in the community enjoy the usage of the tool, and most importantly, protect their communication and their privacy.
Actually, since you talked about the simple UI, I already told you this before, but I'm going to mention it again. That I particularly love the phrasing that breaks down a very complex topic into very simple, understandable to everyone kind of language. 5-hop mixnet, 2-hop VPN. It makes sense to everybody, and it's like it's a really good way to name these. All right. Well, with that, hopefully. Sorry, go.
I just wanted to comment on it. It's also an educational tool in a sense, because it makes us think how the internet works, and that's not something that we actively do when we press buttons on our phones. We just like we read the message, we send stuff. But whenever we choose from between these two modes, then we actually have a better understanding of how data packets travel, in real time through this global infrastructure. So I think that's also pretty cool to mention here, that it's not just giving ultimate privacy on the market, but it's also educating anyone who's using it about to think constantly about what we expose online, how our reality works in a way, right? Yeah,
exactly.
Yes.
Now, I think that the demos also bring us to my next question quite nicely, which is platforms. So we get a lot of questions about platforms in general from the community. So one of the things that people have been asking us for a lot is wallet on mobile operating systems. What is our platform schedule? So what are we launching on first, and then what does it look like afterwards?
Yeah, so we're going to launch first on desktop apps, so macOS, Linux, and Windows. As you have seen, the iOS and Android versions of the apps are also in the pipeline. They will likely be released a couple of weeks later. So we're trying to get to feature parity with those before we launch them. And then we're going to stick with that for the time being. We've seen in the survey that we have made with Hugs to the waitlist community that there's a high demand also for browser extensions. So we're going to think about that as well, but don't bet on it too soon. It's something we're going to pick up probably towards the end of the year.
Excellent. It's nice to hear that we're going to be present on all the important platforms quite soon after launch, because I use multiple types of devices and I want my privacy everywhere.
So maybe what we could do, Mark, do you want to have a look at this slide with the features and show the people what they asked for, just to share my screen, or just talk about?
Yeah, sure. I mean, maybe we can share the answers with the community. It's just like, let's set expectations, right? That this is what everybody has been asking for, but bear with us that there's a lot of things on our plate as well. And it doesn't mean that these things will happen necessarily anytime soon.
Yes, hopefully you see my screen now.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Now we can.
Yes. Okay, great. So when many of the asked features, what's super great to see based on this survey, that many of the features that people yearned for are something that's already considered with the initial design, basically. So cryptocurrency payments, as far as I'm concerned, going to be something available. Censorship resistance this is the most what you can get in terms of censorship resistance out there in the market. Kill switch you talked about. You mentioned that it's part of the initial release too. Yeah, customizable network presets is also there. Split tunneling you also mentioned that it's going to be, in the development pipeline. So more or less, the needs, mentioned by the community members who filled the survey, is sort of really pretty much covered with the initial release and the development pipeline later. That you shake your head a little bit, Mark, but
yeah, no. I mean,
me.
yeah, the ones that will be definitely there at launch is, I mean, none of these are going to be there, like exactly there at launch, but yeah, cryptocurrency payments is something we're going to be working on very soon. Connection statistics also, that at least a base version of that will make its way in the app in like very soon, because yeah, there's just like this element of feedback and reassurance and trust that you want to know exactly what's the IP address you have and how does this thing perform. Yeah, censorship resistance. I mean, this is a big one, and we know this is a super important piece for many of the community members that are located in some countries where internet is regulated, to put it nicely. But this is like a big piece of work from a technical perspective, so bear with us. We're aware of that. And yeah, the rest, I mean, most of the rest will make its way in the app either this year or in upcoming quarters. So stay tuned.
Thank you for that. I'm gonna click stop sharing. Nice.
Okay. I'm gonna roll when it comes to segues today. So that brings us very nicely to my next question. Actually, wow, this is like the fourth. I don't know. I'm super proud. So the next question is community feedback. So first of all, huge thanks for everybody on the call who filled out this survey. Excellent feedback. And when you participate in such things, you can actually shape NymVPN with us. So hopefully that's as exciting to you as it is to us. So Mark, question to you. There's going to be, an alpha release, hopefully then at some point the beta release. If people want to leave feedback, where can they do that? And what do we do with that feedback? And maybe also, this is a question for both of you. What kind of user research is there left to do before launch?
Yes, so if you want to leave feedback, please do so. It's super important, and every feedback you provide is being read and compiled, synthesized, and prioritized on the roadmap to some extent. We don't want to force the users to basically leave feedback in preferred channels. We want users to leave feedback where they feel most comfortable doing so, which could be anything from the Matrix and Discord channels, but also it can be email, in-app feedback. DMing Sudo if you want.
Not that, please. I mean, if you do DM me,
Sudo, guys.
No, but basically,
DM me on Matrix, please.
Yeah,
not on Telegram.
Like as soon as we're live, like please do send like feedback in the way you feel most comfortable with, and then we'll make sure to collect that feedback. In the beginning, we'll leave that like very organic, because what we want to maximize is to maximize like the number and the quality of the feedback we get, so we can quickly improve the app, especially for like bugs and big issues that impact the UX. And probably going forward, like in 3 to 6 months from now, once we are a bit overflooded, we'll probably start like to structure things a bit and streamline a bit the way we collect feedback and focus on certain channels versus others.
Exactly. Unfortunately, this does not bring me to my next question, which is sad. But my next question is about infrastructure operators. So, of course, the NIM network has been up for over a year at this point. I believe mainnet launched April 2022, I think. Yeah. So, but it was the most of the usage on it was non-existent, or for testing purposes, or over things like NIM Connect, which was mostly a way for us to stress test the mixnet and fine tune it. But with NymVPN going live, of course, the type of load will change vastly on mixed nodes. And also, there's something going on right now called Project Smoosh, which is kind of integral to the launch process of NymVPN. So my question to you is, what can node operators expect in the coming months leading up to the launch, and what should they keep up with? Do they need to expect any significant changes to their the required what is it called, minimum specification of running a node or anything along those lines?
Yes, I don't know if I'm the best position to do that. I mean, Hux is going to take care of the operators team, but yeah, basically, I mean, we're currently testing the NymVPN, so both in the VPN and the mixed net modes on the test net, which is basically a replica of the mainnet, but run with our own nodes. And yeah, we're going to turn on the switch to put that on the mainnet quite soon. Yeah, the important thing that operators need to be aware of is that as we increase the number of testers on the app, which is going to go from a few dozens to hundreds and maybe even thousands as we go through the wait list. Yes, the amount of traffic and the amount of processing power for encryptions and decryption that will be happening on the nodes will increase like exponentially. So we'll be in close touch. We'll have to monitor like what's going on. We'll have to see, and then if we see indeed that some of the nodes have issues, performance issues because of the vast increase in traffic, we may ask to increase the node requirements, which means like also the spend that operators will have to make will be a bit higher, but the rewards they will get will also be higher. So it should be a fair game.
As you told me back last year, that a lot of what we're doing right now is theoretical, right? So the rubber hits the road moment will be when NymVPN actually launches, and then we will know way more about what kind of requirements it sets for node operators as well.
Yeah, but just to extend a little bit on what Marc said or answered, is that for sure we're looking into ways which are going to enable node operators to have a better understanding of how they make the rewards, because the NymVPN is going to change a number of things. With Smoosh, it's going to get in a way simplified, in a way a bit different. So we are really much looking into how to make it as transparent and clear of a process as possible when it comes to rewards earned through providing infrastructure under the NymVPN, which is going to be really put to the test, because as Marc mentioned, only the testing is going to involve a lot of people, sending packets over the mixnet, which so far wasn't the case. So we really need to make sure that everything works as easy and as smooth for those who operate the infrastructure as much as possible.
Exactly. Yeah. That brings me to the end of my questions. Marc, is there anything before we jump into the remaining community questions? Is there anything you want to add here?
No, I think we've covered like the main parts. So thanks, Sudo.
Let's jump straight into it then. So many good questions, guys.
Yeah. I've got a question which I can choose for myself, then answer it, then we can go on, right?
Go.
Okay, so someone asked earlier, which I totally forgot to mention in the beginning, the new staking process or new simplified staking flow, which is going to happen over using the Capture Wallet extension from the Nym Explorer, from the Mixnet Explorer. So as instead of having to use the wallet and the Mixnet Explorer at the same time, trying to find the node ID, what you want to stake to in your Nym wallet. Now it's going to be happening all in one in the Explorer, Mixnet Explorer, where you can just log in with your Kepler wallet and very, very easily stake your tokens without having to download or open a different application than the web application. So this is something also coming very soon, TM, and yeah, stay tuned for the release.
This topic gives me a bit of PTSD, because this was the topic that we covered with Marcin and yourself, just for the three of us, because we ended up not being able to stream, and the recording didn't work out either. So we just basically recorded into the air a really good presentation about the same. Anyways, yes, sorry guys, lots of questions. Yeah, question to Hux. Will you still manage the price channel going forward?
Probably not, but this is something that we have to figure out. But I think I know who's asking, and who's asking might be a suitable person to manage the price channel going forward. So let's just stay a bit mysterious.
Okay, I'm okay with that. All right, next one. I think this one is probably more suited to Serinko. Hi, Rocio. Thanks for the question. How was the experience of testing the NymVPN live at the CCC conference? I haven't seen the demo yet.
Do we have Serinko on the call or not?
No.
No. Okay. I mean, none of us were there in person. I think, yeah, the demo was fine. I mean, it was already a month ago, and the software was in its infancy. So there were like many, small usability bugs and issues that that the tester had to go through, unfortunately. But that's part of the deal, I guess, when you launch like new and complex products. But yeah, otherwise, it seems like there's a lot of excitement about the mixnet, and people like do really care about seeing that live in production, and basically seeing the extension of of what NymConnect has been offering, not only to a few apps, but to basically the entire online stack. So yeah, pretty positive feedback, to be honest, and many like improvements that we have made since then.
Thank you. The next question is from Matthias. Thanks for the question. Although I think we addressed this already. So we were talking about the challenges when it comes to NymVPN, and he rightly points out that it's probably the speed is the biggest challenge, and also this. So balancing speed against anonymity, which is also something that we mentioned. Is there anything to add there?
Yeah, I mean, balancing speed and anonymity, it's not really a challenge. I mean, that's part of the assumption under which we operate. So that's why we have these two modes, like the 2-hop and the 5-hop mode. But yeah, getting the speed up to a certain level that makes the thing usable. So first, we want to have the speed on a level where things are usable, where you don't notice that the speed is significantly slower. And then the next step will be to get the speed up to the market benchmark, basically. That will be a bit later.
Thank you. And also thanks for the question, Matthias. It's always good to see you. And go ahead, Hux.
We also got some resources for the previous questions in the meantime. So I just want to make sure that these are shared. One is that Rossi was asked about the testing experience on the CCC conference. And there's a very great video about that we're going to share either here in the chat or an element where you can, there you go. There's a good video about the CCC experience. And the other thing that whoever is running a node and interested in how the exit node policy, the token economics is going to change, and what is relevant for you as an operator, and that's changing, make sure to attend the operator Ask Me Anything sessions, because on those sessions we actually prepared about these questions. So that's the right place to sort of discuss these. But yeah, these were the two things I wanted to share quickly before jumping on to the next questions.
Exactly. So every Tuesday, guys, keep an eye on our channels. We announce the AMAs. They're really cozy and nice, if I do say so myself. All right. So next question is from Rambo. Cool name. Tell me, will Nym work on its own network or in ERC20? I have been keeping the project since the CoinList, and I believe in it. I'm not sure what they are referring to.
Yeah, I think what Rambo asks might be that does the Nix chain have the Nix chain launched? And if this is your question, then it's a big yes. It's been up and running since over a year now, right, Sudo, if I'm not mistaken, or more.
I think more. Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah,
sorry,
more.
I'm a bit confused with the dates, but it's been up and running since over 2 years now, and it's fully functional as in terms of what it were designed to do. So if you still have your tokens on Ethereum chain or in the CoinList platform, make sure to move them over to the Nix chain and stake them to secure the network and earn rewards. And you can do that currently via the permissionless bridge Gravity, or wait a few more, maybe one more week to use the NymSwapper tool to do so.
Exactly. Native Nym, as the name suggests, is the better version of Nym, which is native, and also it gives you access to all of the utility of the Nym token. All right, and with that, I think this is a really good one. I love this question. This one is for you, Marc. What NymVPN makes you feel personally proud?
Well, yeah, it's hard to say. There's still a lot to do. I mean, I guess I'll be proud once we have this live in the market and we actually help people be private when they go online. But yes, it's still in the making, so I'll keep that as an answer.
So no point of pride yet.
No, I mean, I'm proud of the team and all the work that went into this, but there's still like a long road ahead. So let's get this done first, and then once we launch and once we see people using it and sending positive feedback, then I'll be proud. Sorry.
Very humble, very pragmatic, typical Marc style. Very good, very good. Love that answer. So we'll get back to this question in a bit once we launched. And then the next one, I like this one too as well, from Jimmy. Can you give a link to the APK to the call attendees, Marc?
Yes, soon enough.
Soon enough. Soon TM. All right.
I also saw another question with the news taking flow from Explorer through Kepler, and there's those two questions: if it's going to run on mobile, and the answer is yes, it's going to also work as a mobile solution, so people don't need a laptop anymore to stake NYM tokens. They can just use their mobile and Explorer and connect via Kepler.
Yeah, that's one of the big things. Of course, it's the whole flow is going to be helping out in more ways than one. But one of the big things that we've been receiving a lot of requests for is a mobile version of the wallet, which will, probably come at some point. But this will drop before that, and then anybody will be able to delegate and do all kinds of funky stuff from any device, which is great. All right. Next question from Nick. Thanks for the question. Are there any integrations with existing VPN services or B2B solutions scheduled? Marc?
Yes. No, I mean, as you know, so maybe stepping a bit out of the NymVPN thing, but NYM sees itself as a privacy platform, and basically NYM has developed a bunch of technologies, on top of which we're currently building NymVPN as our own app. But tomorrow we're going to let anybody basically connect their own apps to the basic building blocks that we offer, be it the MixNet, the VPN, or the zero knowledge technologies that we have developed. So stay tuned. But that's currently the focus is really about launching the VPN, showing that we can build a commercial app that is viable, showing that the way we operate the network together with all of you actually works and is sustainable and is robust and secure. And then once we have proven that, I think there'll be lots of interest for NYM and partnerships with us. So stay tuned.
Amazing. Next one is from Rambo again. This is just a quick one. I'm going to answer it. So he's asking whether it's possible to already use NymVPN and he would make videos about it. Not possible yet, but very soon. So make sure to join our Matrix server, which hopefully you have a link to in the chat. And there you can get early access. And we're launching very, very soon. And yeah, the next one. It's just a statement, not a question, but I'll still show it. So Hux looks like a Green Day musician from good old days, which I agree with. I don't know his name, but you do have those vibes definitely with your current look.
Yeah, whenever I go to the hairdresser, I ask for the same haircut as the guy in the Green Day clips. So no wonder,
Really shows, man. Really shows. Good job. Also, when album, by the way, Jimmy's asking. No album?
Yeah, let's see how the demand goes for that. I mean, my voice is terrible, but I'm a really good dancer. So maybe some different forms of expression.
All right, guys. Maybe we'll do a community call where Hux dances. That would be great. All right. So next one on a bit more serious note, also from Nick. Harry, NYM CEO, recently mentioned integration with every ZK blockchain and teased some exciting L2 news. Can you a layer 2 news? Could you please provide more details? Could you?
Me? Yeah, I cannot. Anybody. I don't know if Hux can comment. I cannot comment on that.
I think there's a lot of business development and integration, pre-work in progress under the hood, but I think that we're not the right authority. Neither of us is the right authority to answer this question, but this is a very good question to keep in your pockets whenever some later occasion, maybe. Yes. But I wanted to mention something else which I've seen. Oh yeah, so someone asked why the project is called Nym, and I'm not going to answer this question, but instead refer to a very good lecture from the first season of Shipyard, which was given by Harry himself. So please, if you want to, listen to the full history of cypherpunks and where this name is coming from, make sure to sort of check out this lecture, what we're going to share the link to in a second in the chat too. Yes, but that's correct.
Very nice, Hugs. even me, I'm blushing here. Like, you couldn't have done it better, man. Very nice. The lecture is excellent. Nym is a great name with great history, so make sure to check it out. And I believe that brings us to our final question, right? Yes, I don't see any more questions. So, which is just in time for us to close this call, which is usually an hour, so we're even 4 minutes early. Huge thanks for all the community members who once again checked us out and hung out with us, and hopefully you enjoyed this bit of like round of updates about NymVPN and some of the other stuff that is brewing under the hood when it comes to Nym. Also, huge thanks for Marc and Hux for coming on and taking the time off the day. Any final remarks or thoughts, gentlemen, before we wrap up?
No, I mean, on my side, all good. I mean, thanks for being patient, everyone. Stay tuned. Yeah, it's a matter of weeks now, so bear with us.
Yeah,
exactly. And now, sorry, go.
You wanted some last words, and now you're like, don't let me say.
I'm sorry.
Can you decide whether you like? Okay, just joking. But yes, I just wanted to say that that with all the things going on in the world and how it's becoming really apparent that our privacy is at stake by and large in the digital realms, that this year is going to be a blast, So if you're here listening to this community call, then you're at the right place at the right time to, make something meaningful and facilitate the change that hopefully gonna really make a difference in our lives when we interact with the digital sphere. So thanks all for coming, I guess, with this, right? Or do you wanna do we have a POAP, Sudo?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was. I always leave that to the end. But very, very well said, Hugs. What Marc mentioned, how the internet is regulated in some countries. I think you said that in quotation marks. That is very much. It very much looks like it's coming to regions where it's not present yet. That kind of an internet, and we're at a fork, I think, in the road of our civilization, and one direction definitely involves privacy. That's the good direction, and there's another direction which we don't want to talk about, and it's our decision to take the first path. And with that, exactly, cypherpunks not dead, very much alive. Very well said. And I think on that note, we can actually wrap up this call. Thanks for everybody for joining. I don't have a slide this time around. I still need to get back to my usual streaming mojo. So the link to, so I'm going to just show it on screen. The link to the POAP claim page has been shared, and the secret phrase, I'm going to put it in chat, is very imaginative and very creative, guys. So get ready for this. Exactly.
I mean, you could have done a little bit better, no, than this. I mean, this is great, but
I'm
like
sorry,
just a little bit
better. That's all I had. Oh wait, sorry. So it's with capital N. So not only did I come up with such a very creative secret phrase, I also butchered the showing you guys the right spelling. So I think I'm really ready for the weekend. Hopefully everybody else is as well. Catch you guys on the channels, and see you in 2 weeks on one of these, or see you next Tuesday on the operator AMA. Much love, everybody. Have a nice weekend.
Have a nice weekend,
Thank
guys.
you, everyone. Bye bye.
Ciao, ciao.